Hello and welcome to Sproink Dota presents Random Team Game. I'm your host Nuff. I'm joined once again by Iggy.
Hello!
Hello! And today's game is between One Last Chance and Ethnic Gentleman Safari 3013. Worth pointing out that the Dr. Sproink PhD on Ethnic Gentleman Safari 3013 has absolutely nothing to do with us.
But we are voting for him as like a member of the home team. Because come on.
Apparently we have to support the Ethnic Gentleman Safari.
They also have King Dave, and you'd never want to go against King Dave, so...
And COD! On the other team, we apparently have Vin Diesel.
And God.
So that's a pretty strong team, Vin Diesel and God. So,
and then Metapod, and then a sheep, and then some Chinese person.
And lots of Chinese letters. If they're not Chinese and there's something else and we're getting it wrong, we apologise.
Yeah.
But we don't really know.
It looks like it's Chinese to me.
Yeah. They all look the same. I'm sorry.
They don't!
The characters look the same. If you don't look at them next to each other, it's confusing. But we should probably talk about the bands. At the moment, we have a Wisp band, which is pretty standard, a Treant, and a Darkseer band.
Darkseer band's a bit racist, isn't it?
Well, I'm sorry, there isn't a Lightseer, so... Bat Rider and Lifesteal both make it through the banning phase, so that'll be nice.
I'm never really sure whether I enjoy seeing the Lifesteal around nowadays. I mean, he still kind of works as your typical aggressive tri-lane carry, and he's still such a nightmare with Rage, but...
There's a couple of things that deal with him now, which is good, because you want something that deals with him. Before, he was first picked because he was an unstoppable killing machine that pretty much won every match single-handedly. Now, he's not as effective on the tri-lane, so...
I think it wouldn't be surprising to see Ethnic Gentleman Safari pick up a Naga Siren just to flat-out counter the Lifestealer, because she's such an effective counter-pick to him.
Reserve time.
She's a huge counter for him these days. She always was, but now she's just more viable as a pick. We've seen her being picked up as a support quite often these days. I mean, earlier today I was watching Mouse play her as a support, and Alliance has been known to play as a support as well. I don't know if that's kind of gone down into the lower tier games yet, but we'll wait and see.
Visage. So, looking to pick up an aggressive tri-lane of their own. I think One Last Chance would do very, very well to ban out the Naga Siren in their next round of bans.
Yeah, it's definitely worth considering.
I mean,
because the Entangle stops him during Rage. And if he hasn't got Rage up, the song stops him. So...
5 seconds remaining.
It can make it very difficult. Unfortunately, the Naga does make games a little bit boring, in my opinion.
That's just because you don't like the split push, man. You gotta learn to love it.
It's not so much the split push. It's like it's gonna be a team fight, and
no, it's not. No more team fight.
Alchemist being banned out and an OD being banned out because apparently I'm gonna guess that Bat Rider's going mid then.
Very possible because you would really want to remove the OD from the deck because he can just crap all over Bat Rider essentially.
He also disables him later in game as well when he's trying to get off those.
Indeed.
Lassos as well. So
again, for another hero, One Last Chance maybe looking at might be the Shadow Demon because you've still got that fantastic counter to Bat Rider then, and then
Dire team ban.
Anti-Mage. I didn't see Anti-Mage coming out with the Visage there. I think Anti-Mage. You want a defensive tri-lane for Anti-Mage, and you're not going to get it with Visage there, because Visage needs the aggression, otherwise, well, you've essentially wasted a pick on him.
For their next two picks, I'd be really inclined to pick up Gyrocopter, Shadow Demon.
Yeah.
For a really, really aggressive tri-lane. It really depends what Rubik is gonna. Or they're gonna go with the Rubik.
That said, I kind of want to point out in that aggressive tri-lane is that you're completely lacking in disables there, other than the Gyrocopter's homing missile. So I don't think I'd be that happy seeing that as a tri-lane.
If it's not against the tri-lane itself, it is death for whoever happens to be there, because you open up with disruption, you park the Gyrocopter right there, so they block you the second you get out. You get hit by Rocket Barrage, and Visage finishes you off with a Soul Assumption. Against another tri-lane, it's not as strong.
Indeed.
But against a solo lane, who doesn't have a blink, so I mean, if they have a Quap, for example, on off lane, she could be alright, or a Puck, but it's not really their strongest position.
You'd rather see them sat in mid.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's still possible that we will still see Bat Rider picked up for the off-lane role.
Jakiro.
So that's a very, very nice combo there with the Rubik, Jakiro, and the Lifestealer.
Shadow Demon.
I think that was partially because it's going to be fantastic for the tri-lane, and also partially just to stop one last chance taking it. Although, with the Jakiro pickup, I don't think they would have gone for the third support.
Yeah, I always thought Shadow Demon was always going to be the pick. When you have a Visage, Shadow Demon's often the case, and they'll be looking to pick up another. I'm seeing the Gyrocopter. I don't see any other pick at this point. I could imagine an Alchemist would have been a good pick.
That's been banned out though.
But he was already banned out, so Gyro's really the only one left in the pool. I think that can pull it off to the same degree.
Nature's Prophet for the offlane there.
Looks like it, yeah. I mean, also you could probably try a Kunkka in that mix because of the Torrent.
I think what you really want now is just to take the Gyrocopter to avoid it getting banned out in this last phase.
Yeah, he is a pretty obvious choice at the
Indeed.
minute. Of course, the offlane's getting more and more difficult.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know. Nature's Prophet, it is possible for him to be shut down on the offlane. So
Hell, put an LD against him.
yeah, I mean, even put Batrider up against him. I think Batrider would do incredibly well.
Time.
Yeah, well, there's no mids being banned out other than the OD that they banned themselves. But I've got a feeling with banning the OD, they were really thinking about Batrider mid themselves.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes you need to twist your strategies on the fly.
Faceless void.
Oh, okay.
This is no
Wasn't
longer an
expecting
aggressive
that.
tri-lane, is it?
With Shadow Demon and Visage, it has to be.
I'm not sure. It's possible Shadow Demon's there for the defensive disruption, but then I don't really see why the Visage has been picked up. I mean,
They could have
don't
picked
get
up
me
the
wrong,
Visage.
Void has his place, but
He's a farmer.
yeah, alongside that
5
lane, I mean, that's going to have to
seconds
go very defensive, and it's just simply not
Radiant
Visage's
team
style.
ban.
Well, one last chance seemed to think that they
There's
won't
the
pick-
Storm
Dire
ban.
team pick.
Yeah.
That was always going to happen with the Lifestealer knocking around.
Yeah, but they still have the
Radiant
Nature's
team
Prophet
pick.
bomb.
Yeah,
And
that's
Queen
true.
of Pain can still bomb to a degree.
Indeed.
So it's still going to be really tough for them. Now, what would you put up against the Lifestealer tri-lane?
Ooh, I think they may even have to rotate tri-lane against tri-lane at this stage. I mean, the Darkseer's been banned out, and to be honest, I think Darkseer is the only hero who can ever do well against the Lifestealer, against any kind
10
of
seconds
tri-lane, in
remaining.
actual fact.
Weaver can survive to a degree, but they ban them out.
Other
themselves.
heroes can survive,
5
like
seconds
Bounty Hunter can
remaining.
survive.
Oh,
Ooh,
Windrunner! Should have thought about Windrunner. She will do reasonably well.
they are definitely lacking stuns as well, so...
Yeah,
That's a big
good stun up, good stun up. So it's a defensive tri-lane, probably, with a Visage, which is a little bit... It kind of undermines his major use. It could have been possible they picked it really early on to deny it to one last chance. Or, you know, it seemed like a good pick at the time.
Yeah,
And,
seemed
it
like
could
a
be
good idea at the time.
It could have been possible they were looking for the Alchemist and they lost it.
Indeed, but then why not rotate round and pick up the Gyrocopter instead? I mean, if you're looking for an aggressive carry like an Alchemist, I mean...
A lot of people are falling out of favour with him. So
I think it's been the cooldown increase on his Rocket Barrage has really, really slowed him down. And the Fat Cannon also had it, didn't he?
are you the real spelt wrong, as in like
Yeah.
real you in fish style, Vin Diesel. Oh, they don't have any pictures for their team on that one, but 3013, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, that needs to be blurred out.
Yeah, probably going to have to be blurred out.
Fuck it, keep it. No one watches the channel anyway. I like the actual banner. Oh,
You know,
they have the choreo up, like a kind of the crazy
well, I mean, this is better than the game
Juggernaut
gonna see.
impersonating Donkey. He's doing a little. He's running around in a
Oh,
circle.
he's doing Blade Fury now. Leave him alone.
Quap looks like she's headed down to lane actually, at the minute. Does that mean Nature's Prophet?
Possible they're just doing that for early aggression, or she's gone there to scout out the ward.
No, she's rotating through to mid now. No one wants to be going on the offlane at the minute.
Yeah. I think
Tri lane is taking safe lane. They're going to be up against Batrider offlane, which leaves Windrunner mid.
Ooh.
30 seconds to battle.
Okay. So it's not completely undoable, but...
Oh, this Faceless has gone for a very greedy build.
What's he
picking up a Stout Shield and a Quelling Blade.
Indeed. Surprisingly, we didn't see him actually pulled any other regen at that stage.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of de-treeing, so they can make pull-throughs and stacking a lot easier.
The battle begins for good and all.
Shadow Demon and Quap looking for Rune. Hasn't spawned there, spawned top.
So we're seeing the Nature's Prophet mid, actually, with the Queen of Pain on lane.
Yep.
But Nature's Prophet versus Windrunner.
Huh. I thought they were best friends.
I know. So sad to see friends fight. Oh, we're seeing Shadow Demon readily rotated in mid, so probably looking at an early rotation here.
Actually, he's going to pick up the regen rune.
Oh, I see.
No, actually. He's going to ward aggressively. That's nice.
It's a very good choice, because you do want to slow this Nature's Prophet down. You don't want him getting outhanded at any rate.
It's Quap having a little look. Harassing the Faceless, and then Letrak's just going to push her back. She's doing a nice chunk of damage early on.
Windrunner doing pretty well in mid, actually. Sitting 4-1 compared to Nature's Prophet's 1-0.
Nature's Prophet just went and denied the regen rune. Because walking up to it is just too much effort.
We're seeing Batrider sat in mid. It's possible that he's going to want a jungle. Yeah, and they're just going to leave the Lifestealer to free farm. And I mean, this is a good choice because the aggressive tri-lane isn't going to be picking off easy kills on a Windrunner or a Batrider. So, quite happy to see this happening.
Yeah, but they're going to have to be really careful because free farm for a Lifestealer, he's going to be able to rush a Midas very quickly.
Indeed.
Especially if he, I mean, they're going to know the game now. At the minute they're going, oh, there's no one on lane, so you know, just farm like a madman. This Quap isn't going to be able to do a lot on this lane to stop Faceless Void. She's trying with harassing as best she can, but
it's just not going to be enough. I don't.
Well, Visage just keeps coming in and right-clicking her. And he does a reasonable amount of right-click damage. She's burnt through 2 Tangos already.
Windrunner really doing well in this mid lane here.
Shadow Demon, stacking.
Lifestealer has actually taken an awful lot of damage, so I assume he's been tanking creeps a bit.
Yeah, he's been tanking creeps because his team has been stacking and pulling through. Yeah. But they don't. To be fair, they don't want to be pushing the lane. Really.
It's actually worth noting that this free farm Lifestealer is currently sitting on lower well, it's now equal last hits to the Windrunner and the Faceless Void. So
the thing is, the Lifestealer at the minute is denying creeps.
Yeah.
He should be really leaving that to his support Jakiro that's helping him out.
I mean, he doesn't even really. Okay, if the wave pushes, it's going to be bad, but you've always got your supports to pull through for that, so...
Well, he's trying lane management the best he can in a minute. But it looks like it's been pretty passive for now. Quap rotating towards mid, probably just looking for... No, the rune is...
Windrunner is quite low, so maybe looking to go on her.
Very, very much so. So does he have Sprout up? He does. So Windrunner could be in big trouble.
He has a haste rune too, so he can get there pretty quickly. Windrunner's bottle empty, but she has got the Tango, so even if the Sprout does go up...
The ward's there. Let her know the game was up. Let her know that Quap had rotated. Also, she was probably called missing too, but that made sure that she knew that she was on the other side waiting for her. So I like the way there's 2 wards right next to each other that are unaware of each other.
Nature's Prophet wandering into the jungle here. Again, placing an aggressive ward of his own, so they're going to see this Batrider doing camps occasionally. And
yeah, they'll see when he comes through here. To move the camps. They'll know where he... Well, they know where he is anyway, but they'll know exactly where he is any given time. She's going to harass Quap a little bit. I'll get her denies off. Lifestealer still hacking away. He's now edging ahead on the last hits as well.
This is to be expected, to be honest. I mean, he's safe lane farming as a Lifestealer with a Quelling Blade. He shouldn't be missing last hits at all at this stage.
Well, Faceless Void, on the other hand, going for the other tactic. Instead of, you know, sitting happily at your own tower, getting last hits.
Push and do damage.
He's just smashing the tower down.
The Dire's bottom tower doesn't even have arms to... Dire has fortified.
He starts to run out of there now. Mistake.
Dire's bottom tower.
Gonna get this tower.
There's no rotation to attempt to stop them. I'm surprised we're not seeing supports from the top lane TP down.
By the gods, the
it looks like they're actually going to go and push themselves now. They've gone this push. So this could be 2 tier 1s going down with no contestant against them
Radiant's
at all.
top tower is under attack.
Yep, I don't see anyone TPing yet.
Oh.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. About time.
So yeah, both tier 1s going down within the first 5 minutes with no contesting to stop them.
That's not good for the Radiant.
They're actually getting the last hit on that one compared to the Void on the other tower, so... However, this said, I mean, Faceless Void is in a very, very precarious position now. With the current place he's farming, he can very easily be outflanked.
Same with Lifestealer. Lifestealer now sitting on 1600 gold. Already has Gloves of Haste.
Finishing on the Midas.
The Midas. He's going to have a Midas at... Well, by the time the Courier gets there, 6 minutes.
I think this was an incredibly wise decision, actually. I mean, he's free farming on the safe lane. He doesn't need to worry about going early aggression with
Speaking of Midases, look who just picked one up. Faceless Void's got it as well.
It's actually got to his faster than the Lifestealer, so...
only because the Courier was going out to mid at the time.
Also, the Courier's only land-based at the moment.
Yeah, no one's upgraded the Courier. That needs to change.
This is going to take another 2 minutes. Wow, another minute or so.
Oh, Quap dropped really low by a power shot there. Of course, Windrunner almost maxed it out now. She could have, but she's got 2 levels in Shackle Shot instead, so...
Windrunner doing fantastically in mid. I think this was purely because of the Nature's Prophet left in mid. Had it been Queen of Pain, I think things may have been a different story.
Middle tower is under attack.
Queen of Pain's got herself an illusion. Windrunning, probably looking for the rune, but it's already been taken. Visage in mid at the minute, trying to contest. Grave Chill being thrown out for no real purpose. Never going to get Quap. So the Midas now being delivered just after almost 6.5 minutes. So about a minute after the Faceless Void got his. It's going to be a farm war.
It is, and to be honest, in the later on game, I think my money would be on Faceless Void over the Lifestealer, because a lot of the Lifestealer's inherent tankiness comes from his lifesteal.
Yeah.
If you take that away when he's in the Chronosphere, I really think he's going to start to struggle. Because I mean, Faceless Void's got the evasion too, and he's got the bash. I really think Lifestealer's actually going to struggle to man up on him one-on-one. He's going to be relying quite heavily on his supports.
Yeah, but the thing is, Lifestealer, you can have Lifestealer in the game a lot quicker than you can have Faceless Void.
Indeed.
If his next weapon as a pickup is an armlet, he can get stuck right in.
Yeah.
Faceless Void is still he needs a couple of huge items in my opinion. He needs like
ideally you want to see him with a Maelstrom or a Battle Fury before he starts fighting, along with a Mask of Madness. So
yeah, he needs some really big damage item.
Yes. You're looking at him having to spend about 5,000-6,000 gold, whereas the Lifestealer can be fighting with just 2.5. So
yeah. With the Maelstrom, it's possible he won't pick it up because he thinks that the Midas will be enough to assist him in his farming. But you still want attack speed if you can.
That said, also the Maelstrom works very, very nicely in his Chronosphere for hitting multiple targets if it's been hit. So
it's true, but it doesn't do a huge amount of damage. And
the thing is, the big problem about using the Battle Fury in that same situation is that you need to be lucky enough for them all to be clumped together. And unless you have something like a Darkseer controlling them, I mean, you've got a little bit of control from the bat, but I'm not seeing the same kind of pull you all into one spot and cleave the hell out of you, which you'd get from an RP.
Yeah. What they're going to want to do is pick up.
We're actually seeing Visage contest the top lane at the moment, where Lifesteal's just been eradicated.
He's keeping under control and building up some levels, because he wants to get to level 6 and get those familiars up and running.
Yeah.
Faceless Void, level 7. Got his treads, got his Midas. He's happy.
Top farmer in the game, currently Windrunner.
Yeah, but she's not going to bring to the game the same kind of situation that Lifestealer is. And Lifestealer's not far behind.
That said, I do love to see a Wendy doing well.
We know you do.
Halfway towards a mech, phase boot's completed already.
Look at the cheek on this Nature's Prophet.
The Radiant should really do some
farming their jungle.
Yeah. Not actually going to be able to kill any of the creeps though.
He got one.
He got the range creep. It's worth like 20 gold.
He got the little baby one.
Yeah. He got the babby with the stick.
Another big item's going to come up. Yeah, that power shot maxed out at the minute for Windrunner. She hits you with that, it's a serious amount of damage. It really stings.
360 damage nuke. And I mean, the range on it is simply colossal.
Yeah, and it works so well with her shackle shot as well.
Indeed.
As do most abilities in this game.
Stun you in a line, hit you both with a power shot. That said, I mean, one thing which is often overlooked with power shot is that it does do less damage for each target it pierces. So it's 10% less damage as well. So I mean, if it goes through 2 or 3 creeps, it's no longer 360 damage.
Might be going on Faceless Void here.
Oh,
he's going to throw out the nukes. He is really hurt. Oh, great disruption.
Oh, I think that defensive disruption was really, really mistimed, in fact. I think he could have gotten away without it.
I'm pretty sure he was aiming to use it before the big scream came out, before the ulti came out. Luckily, Faceless Void doesn't die, though he is going to have to TP back to Fountain to get some regen. But really important, didn't die. It's nice to see the Quap back in the game as well.
Indeed. I think that missed kill is going to set them back a little bit. I mean, they've rotated a lot of supports and they spend money on TP shot as well. I mean, not nature's profit, but...
Well, MP's going to turn it into a push now. But he has to be careful because there is a Bat Rider and there is a Shadow Demon.
And they do have the lasso up.
Oh, he's going to TP out though. He didn't push his luck. Good awareness. He was thinking, where are these people? They're not on lane. I can't see them. I'm just going to, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to back out.
Seeing Windrunner on a DD in mid.
He TP'd into mid to defend the tower, so...
That TP was just a few right clicks from Windrunner. I mean, you don't really class Windrunner as the biggest right clicking hero in the game, but when she's doing 180 damage on a DD, you know things are going a bit pear-shaped for you.
Yeah, she's picked up the early phase boots, but she still looks like she's going to be building support, so we're not going to see her carry Windrunner.
No, unfortunately.
She's working on a mechanism. She's almost there, which is really good.
In fairness, this should be a very, very nice early mechanism for her, though. I mean, it's really going to help their team fight off the early aggression from the Lifestealer.
And the early pushing, yeah. Do you reckon if she continues to play in this way, that the next item she goes for is an Orchid? Or Cypher Vice or something similar?
I think we're more likely to see the Cypher Vice. I mean, it's a tougher build, and it doesn't quite bring the same potential, but outside... There are decent heroes to silence, but I think you'd rather see the disable. Because, I mean, if Lifestealer doesn't have his rage up and somebody's a pig, things aren't going his way.
Well, you can pick him up, you can drag him to your team, and then you can turn him into a little piggy, and he can't do nothing but die.
Indeed.
Oh, Bat Rider actually going in. Oh, he might be in trouble here, though. Getting eaten by the Lifestealer. He's just mashing through. They do get first blood, though, taking out the Rubik. The lasso's going to drag him with him.
Windrunner here is too.
Windrunner, shackle. Doesn't manage to latch. And they're going to try to bring down the Nature's Prophet. He's going to go down now.
There's the Soul Assumption going in.
Oh, a really bad fight here.
Great rotation from Windrunner there. Bat Rider a bit too brave going in there, but that lasso really helps swing the way of the team fight there, putting the Lifestealer out of position.
Rubik is back online. Actually, we haven't talked about Rubik and, of course, Spell Steal, which could be really useful with the Chronosphere. They're going in on Shadow Demon, they're going to bring him down, Lifestealer, eating him up. Actually, picked up on the Kuro. Yeah, a little bit too aggressive. Windrunner. Safe from the...
oh, we may actually see Quap drop here.
She does blink, but she blinks into the power shot. Looks like Visage is also going to go down, ultimately brought down by Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet now working on Windrunner. Oh, Flame Break though might be enough.
Oh, poor Ice Bath.
Out comes the fire. It's not going to do a lot. Faceless Void comes up. He can't do anything. He hasn't got enough damage. He's probably going to have to run away. But he might bring down Tequila.
Oh, there's the shackle.
Brilliant shackle. Brilliant shackle. Faceless Void getting stuck in. That wasn't the best sprout in the world, but it doesn't matter.
That's a team wipe.
That's a team wipe. Really, really, really good. Like we said, we're expecting the Faceless Void can't fight as early as a Lifestealer can. As Lifestealer's pruning, he was doing a hell of a lot of damage. But when and there's only 2 of them, and you can gang up on them like that, the Chronosphere can set you up so well for his right clicks, which weren't doing enough. That's why he went for the support instead of going for the Lifestealer.
Sorry for treading on your feet as well. Let's get excited when Windrunner's doing well.
We know you do love the Windrunner. Possibly the only Ginger who can be qualified as Colt.
What about Lena?
Oh yeah, she's pretty hot too.
Yeah. You just forget people. And you could say Bat Rider's hot too. He's Ginger.
He doesn't do it for me. Like Broodmother, where he... So how the hell are they going to recover from that? That fight went horribly. TPs came in, and was it buybacks? I didn't notice. I don't think.
I didn't know there was no buybacks.
Just really low at the minute on the supports level, so they can just respawn nice and easy.
I don't really think that's costed them the game. That's it. Oh, Windrunner's looking to go on Queen of Pain here. She's just wasted her blink.
Power shot doesn't do enough to kill her.
Well, I don't think she believed it would. It was kind of more of a
rage arrow. This is Void is going back to farming. He's got a Maelstrom, so he is going for the probably a Mjolnir build eventually.
Indeed. It probably won't actually be built into a Mjolnir. It'll probably remain as a Maelstrom for now, and he'll look at transitioning into another item like a. So what will he transition into?
Mask of Madness might be a good pickup this early.
Yeah, I mean, once you're in your ultimate, once you're in Chronosphere, you don't really need to worry about getting right-click down, so...
No engagement in mid. Shakiro throwing out the stun, managing to stun up some illusions of himself, but not a lot else. And there's a little Visage Familiar just sat there doing a runner. It's going to be just fine, because it goes over the tree line. It's going to hide there in safety. So nothing came with that. They're looking to... They're 4-manning up in mid now.
Void mashing this tower up down on bottom lane.
Yeah, he's the distraction, and the 4 in mid might be good looking to pick off the Shakiro now. Shackle only hits a creep. In comes the bat. Here comes the pick.
Faceless Void dropping down bot whilst this action happens in mid too, by the way.
And they didn't
4-man gang down on him.
Ultimate comes out. They're going to bring down Shakiro finally. I don't think that went quite as well as they wanted. Blink out by the Bat Rider. He's just going to get out of there. He doesn't want to be anywhere near that lifestealer when he hasn't got Lasso up. In the meantime, they seem to be beating up Windrunner. She's been lifted. She's been ulted, but she's still alive.
There's the Windrunner. She had the mech to save her.
And she's picked up a DD. Oh, disruption coming out on the Quap. She's actually pinned in there. A lot of damage. Soul Assumption brings her down in the end.
The Soul Catcher on that Queen of Pain solo there. I mean, Windrunner had just picked up a double damage. I mean, one right click is now doing 223 damage. She's finished up a 4-staff now as well.
Yep, she's got some good items picking up. Definitely, it's got to be Sheep Stick next.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's worth talking about that team fight. The Void was splitting so that he could distract the enemy team, so they could go on the Jakiro and maybe get the tower. But it took so long to bring down Jakiro, and they lost the Void that it didn't really pay off in the end.
Well, I mean, Void blinked away from the Queen of Pain and the Rubik, but I mean, he blinked straight into a Nature's Prophet, TPing in with a Lifestealer bomb.
Yeah.
He just exploded.
It might have been safer for him if he was... I don't know if he was carrying a TP scroll, he should have been, to jump into the trees. Admittedly, Nature's Prophet can ruin that plan shortly afterwards, but if he doesn't know exactly where you are, at least you have a chance.
Indeed.
But yeah, well done for taking out the Void. They really needed that kill, and a little bit of overplay by 3013.
Indeed.
But now they're all going to go back to farming for the meantime. At the minute, they need to claim some towers as well. I mean, they've got the top, but the mid and the bottom still standing. And they have a Nature's Prophet. Something should go down by now.
I think one big problem this Faceless Void seems to be having is that with this Maelstrom pickup now, he's simply pushing the wave too hard. He's finding himself on the tower far too much. I mean, that is meaning he's getting a little bit of damage off on it, but I actually think he needs to be careful of a Nature's Prophet TPing down, or even a Nature's Prophet ultimate could finish him off at this stage. Here's the TP itself.
It cancelled.
It's been cancelled though. He did run out of line of sight, so he probably figured something was up. He heard the sound effect.
Actually, Corey's coming out. Nice sal for Faceless Void, keep him going. In mid, we might have an engagement. They're thinking about it. We've got 3 people in mid. Well, 2 on 2. And they're all backing at the minute. They don't want to go in too hard because they know the Chronosphere is up at the minute. And that can really ruin any attack when you're going into a blind attack.
As well as the Lasso being up. And I mean, Batrider with his Firefly up, he can get to mid in a surprising amount of time. He doesn't worry about those cliffs or anything. Rubik's actually stolen the power shot here, trading power shots with Windy.
Nice tactic.
good stun on Nature's
Now he's got Shackle. Oh no, Nature's Prophet's in deep trouble. Gets lassoed up, he's getting dragged into the enemy team. They got the soul capture on him as well, and he's down. Nice pick off with the Batrider. Jakiro managing to stun up Windrunner. A shackle shot coming out from Rubik as well, shackling Windrunner to her teammate, and you know, giving her a taste of her own medicine.
That said, they're probably going to look to push this with the Nature's Prophet down, or at least get a little bit more damage on it.
Yeah, it's worth thinking about, but I mean, the Lifestealer, he's on half HP at the minute, but you've still got to be wary of him. He is dangerous.
Only Windrunner's not been stunned by that ice bath. I don't know what happened there.
She's full of magic.
That's what that wispy glow
Flame Break just pushing them back, keeping them off their own tower. They're going to have to back, though. They haven't got enough to push this. Nature's Prophet's back very shortly, and it doesn't take him long to get back in position.
Run, little bottom tower. Run.
Faceless Void, I just noticed him up top. What was he doing all the way down here? Getting picked off again.
Under attack. Oh,
he really should. He needs to be careful with this wave pushing. It's his Achilles heel at the moment. He's pushing too hard onto the tower and then just jumping out from the secret shop and taking him down.
They're amusingly trying to split push with him, which I know split pushing is good, but Faceless Void is not that good at it. Maelstrom helps him, but he doesn't have the damage output, and he's escaped good, but it's not good enough to protect him from all that can come after him. They've got a blink, they have a TP. It's not good enough. He has to be really careful being solo, and they've picked him up twice. Although they're going on Lifestealer in the jungle, Windrunner shackling him up, but now hitting him with the ulti. They're going to try to... Oh, he rages up. That's not going to be enough. The Lasso's got him. They're just going to bring him down, and that's a really good pick-off.
Interesting, the Faceless Void's picked up an Ogre Club here, so is this going to be an early BKB, or maybe a Sanj and Yash?
I wouldn't recommend an early BKB at this stage. I mean, no, they don't have a huge amount of disables.
Indeed, and the big thing on Faceless Void is that the problem with the BKB is that you have your Chronosphere. Ideally, you're not getting stunned, you're not getting disabled when you're inside that, and that's when you want to be fighting as a Void.
They're looking to push this tower again. Can they defend without the Lifestealer? Shikari is throwing out those stuns, and a macro player.
Faceless Void is going to be very last.
It's been disrupted.
Defensive disruption.
Someone just forced staff Windrunner closer to them. And they've got the Faceless Void with the ulti up. He gets stunned in his own thing, and he does get brought down as well.
Back in, open wounds on Batrider. He manages to get the tower though.
He hasn't got a blink yet. He's taking too much damage. There's his blink. He's got his blink now. He should be just fine. Infesting up. And they're all breaking for it. Shadow Demon's high TP up, but he has just been lifted and he's being eaten alive.
Windrunner just about getting out in the clear as well there.
Unfortunately, a lot of these kills go into Jakiro instead of the Lifestealer.
Indeed. Nature's Prophet Shadowbladed up in the Radiant jungle here, so possible he's going to spot out this Windrunner, yeah. Exactly doesn't have the mana to Shackle Shot.
Oh, no, he's
just Midasing.
He was unaware of her. I don't know if he just didn't see her, or if he was just out of line of sight, but... Or didn't fancy going on her, maybe.
Well, he was Shadowbladed up, so I mean, he must have been looking for it.
But again, they lost the Void again.
Indeed. Windrunner building towards the Sheepstick now.
That's to be expected.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Top tower just been denied by Leshrac. Not Leshrac, Visage.
You're not very good at names, are you?
I don't know why I keep calling him Leshrac. He's not Leshrac. I know what Leshrac looks like. I know what Visage looks like. I've done it once, and I think it's just going to happen forever now.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those things. So yeah, I apologise, everybody.
Nature's Prophet being a really cheeky little monkey here, and just constantly farming the Radiant jungle. I mean, it's obvious that he wants to leave the Dire jungle to Lifestealer, so Lifestealer can pick it up when it's needed.
It's also not safe, and he knows it's not safe because Lifestealer got picked off in there.
Yeah, and that said, it is denying... Because, I mean, with the Maelstrom up, Void can very easily head into the jungle, so...
Yeah, I was surprised that Void was busy pushing the lane instead of farming up his own jungle.
Yeah.
If he was likely to have a mask up by now, he'd be farming the Ancients as well, so... They should really be stacking the Ancients for him.
I think one other option for this Ogre Club is that it gets built into a Sanj, and then it gets built into a Heaven's Hellbed. Because, I mean... Although you don't get the evasion twice, Heaven's Hellbed is a fantastic disable to throw on Lifestealer. I mean, it's just another another weapon in your arsenal for just shutting him out completely. And the same goes for Nature's Prophet. I mean, if he can't right-click, what can he do? He can teleport.
Yeah, but you don't want that on your Void. You want that on a support.
Yeah,
Windrunner could have been building that.
Well, she's going for the sheep, which is like Heaven's Hellbed plus 10, so let's not go there.
Batrider could be doing it. All he needs at the moment is a 4-staff, and he has all the items he needs.
He has his 4-staff, I believe.
He has a 4-staff. He's happy.
Yeah.
He's building his boots, actually, power treads. And getting himself a scroll at the minute. But yeah, he could build it, because Blink and Force Staff is all you need on that Batrider. Faceless Void building it, I don't see it. It's going to be a BKB almost certainly. Although I think the BKB is also a poor choice. Not poor choice, but too early. I don't see BKB being that useful early on. Now that the earlier you get it, the more useless it becomes.
The problem is, it is gonna mitigate Queen of Pain in those team fights, and you're not gonna get stunned up by Shakira in the same way that he has been previously. So it's possible that it's just a rage BKB, and he just doesn't want to keep getting stunned up by the Ice Path.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, had he not been stunned up, he would have got the kill on Quap himself. I think it ended up going to Windrunner with a power shot, I think. I can't remember exactly now. We'd have to go back and check. But yeah, he's been frustrated. If he had it, maybe he would have escaped a couple of ganks. But you're thinking, if he had that, that's two charges he's used, and he's accomplished what? Nothing. He hasn't died, but he's lost charges. And before you know it, it's going to be lower than rages.
Yeah, I think this is one big issue that people see when they see Lifestealer, is that he has a permanent 6-second BKB. He can pop it whenever he likes. It's always on him from day one. That is the same as a BKB that's been popped 4 times. And then after that, the BKB just gets worse than the rage. So you really
4 seconds, isn't it? It's 4 seconds now. It's barely noticeable. People can wait 4 seconds in late team fights to throw out the disables.
I mean, Shadow Demon's Disruption lasts nearly all of that. So I mean, if they've decided to go on someone, you just go, well, I'm going to shut them out of existence for 2.5 seconds, and you have to sit there raged up thinking about what you've done, mister.
Well, as we say, BKB early, not really the greatest pickup.
Indeed.
I mean, it is a weakness he's had at the minute that he's being disabled a lot, but I think that's because he's too willing to go in and too willing to push single-handedly, and he's not ready to fight. He's a Void, he only has a Maelstrom. He's not ready to fight, he needs more items. The thing he should be building right now is a Yasha.
Yeah.
Because it really helps with the farm.
I think
then builds into Sanjin Yasha if you need a little bit more survivability as well and a little more damage.
I think one big problem is that he's been picked up 3 times now, and he's only got 4 assists to his name. So he's really not doing well in the whole kill department. It's like, it's fine that he's got nearly 130 last hits, but he's not going to be equaling some of the other. In fact, no, he's actually topping out the Lifestealer. Oh, Lifestealer's in a similar situation with only 1 last draft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a shame that it's been going to Jakiro a lot.
Yeah.
But the problem is, Lifestealer is still more useful.
Yeah, you've still got the open wounds.
If Void doesn't have his ulti up, then he's not very useful. Admittedly, when it's up, they've got a lot of ranged, where everyone is ranged besides him, so they can still keep pummeling it in there, which is good. It's good.
Indeed.
But he's getting stunned up in there at the minute, and he's getting killed. And you need more farm on him. That's what I'm thinking. It's just he hasn't got enough farm, and he wants to fight a lot earlier than he's ready to. In fact, I'm thinking they want to take this game early with the amount of pushing they've been doing.
That's what both teams have been pushing incredibly hard. I mean, you could claim that the Faceless Void has been doing it by accident down on the bottom lane, but I mean, accident or not, it's still only on 200 HP left.
That's true, but the most of the pushing has been from 3013.
They have a Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, they have a Nature's Prophet, and they haven't been pushing.
Oh no, I'm talking about 3013 doing the majority of the push.
They don't have the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, no, it's nice that now. Yep.
They've been trying to take it early, which is okay. It's sensible. When you've got a Lifestealer and you've got a Nature's Prophet, taking the game early is more applicable. But if you've got a Faceless Void, who, let's be frank, is a very hard carry in my opinion.
You do want to leave him a lot later with a Faceless Void. I mean, that said, I mean, you can say Faceless Void is a fantastically hard carry, but if he can catch 1 or 2 heroes in a Chronosphere and just, even early-ish on in the game, if he's picked up a Morbid Mask, he can do an awful lot of damage to them.
So needs to be careful. Nature's Prophet's following her. Windrun's not going to help you now. In comes the Quap.
Why did that come so late?
Almost dead. She was trying to line up the Force Staff. She throws a Shackle out, but it's not good enough. Batrider's come in though. They're going to pick off Nature's Prophet here. They might kick off the... Yep, Queen of Pain's going to go down as well. Just one little fireball following her. Oh, shot brings her down. Shadow Demon came in as well to help out, to make sure she couldn't escape.
Fantastic evasion by Windrun there. I'm just desperately confused why she didn't use the Force Staff earlier. Maybe she was trying to give more time for the Batrider to arrive.
It was that, or I think she was trying to position herself within the sprout so she would force stuff herself, you know, in the right direction.
Yeah. She's very nearly picked up a Mystic Staff now, so she's going to be well on her way towards the Site of Vice soon.
And here they go, pushing again with Faceless Void. I think it's possible they want to take this game early, and at this point they're just using the Faceless Void as a walking ultimate. He is the disable for Lifestealer, as well as
it's
the Bat
effectively a
Rider.
Naga Siren.
A little bit. Only it's not as good.
Yeah, not quite as good.
Actually, looking to do Roche maybe. Well, they took out some of the team, but they've already respawned now. So
middle tower is under attack.
and there is an observer wall right there.
They would have definitely been able to get in time there to cast contest the Roche. So
Good decision making in the end. Now where's Faceless got to? He's back on lane.
Windrunner keeps dropping her 4-staff.
Maybe she doesn't like it.
Hmm.
Was she using her bottle at the time?
Yeah, so it's purely
she's dropping
to
it,
get the
so
bonus
she just-
intelligence.
Yeah. Oh, Faceless Void is not in a happy place right now. I would not want to be him. They know he's there. Look at on the minimap. They're kind
You
of
can
looking.
just see them swarming towards him. It's like a nest of bees, isn't it?
He has to back, but he's going to go past this observer ward right here, so they know where he's going as well.
They're just backing to defend the tier 3 though,
Yeah,
actually.
he's
I mean,
defending it.
quite a sizable creep wave there.
Nature's Prophet farming up. He's got his Shadow Blade. He's got 1,000 gold. He needs to be working towards a Desolator, I imagine, now, so he can split push really well.
Void only 300 gold off his BKB here, so he's going to finish this up after this Ancient Camp. Do you think maybe he's going to look to fight after that?
I'd want more damage coming out,
Yeah.
personally. Look at his damage. It's less than Windrunner.
That said, he has a very, very solid attack speed, which is helping him out immensely.
Yeah, he has a solid attack speed, but he doesn't have the bonus attack speed you usually get on a Faceless Void.
That's true, but don't forget he's got the bash getting thrown in there too, and that's doing a bonus 70 damage 25% of the time, so add that as a bonus, what, 15, 16 damage to his permanent attacks, and it's not awfully terrible considering his attack speed.
Yeah, I know, but I'd still like to see a big... I don't think he can go through... He can't go through the lifesteal with it, although he can smash his way through pretty much everything else in their lineup, so... His Nature's Prophet is, let's be frank, a glass cannon.
Indeed. Windrunner about 150 gold away from a Voidstone now. In fact, only 100.
Once they have the sheep stick up, they'll be ready to fight, and they will bring the fight. They're thinking about Roshan again, but they're not going to do it. Oh, they're going to come in to pick off the Lifestealer. He should have seen this coming. They went right past the ward. He's going after Lifestealer. He rages up, though. He can't catch the Lifestealer. He's got him now. Faceless Void's joining in as well. They're just beating the crap out of him.
Just takes no damage. I mean,
yeah, right up until the soul capture.
Assumption, yeah.
So, and I just really destroyed them. So even though they saw... I say they saw them, their ward actually wasn't there anymore. It must have despawned. They pick up the Lifestealer and the Jakiro, now they're happy to take Roshan. Using the birds to sculpt. Runner.
Dropping. Well, the courier's on its way, so she's going to re-pick that up with her scythe now.
So, yeah, it's going to be picked up by Faceless Void, I imagine, so he can be a little bit dangerous. Oh, he's a giant peg.
Good old Windy.
And down goes Roshan.
It's
It's looking really, really good for 30-13 right now.
Team Sproink!
Team Sproink. If it was Team Sproink, we would have lost already.
Yeah, true. We're pretty terrible.
We wouldn't have picked Faceless, I imagine.
Don't know what Nature's Prophet was doing. Seemed he teleported to a random point in the map there.
Misclick maybe? Windy using illusions. Just going to scout them out with the illusions. No, she's just going to push the wave with them. Lifestealer's back to farming. He's got his armlet up.
He's had his armlet up for quite a while now.
And he's got, yeah, he's had it out for a while, but he's also got a Hyperstone to add to that as well. But if they keep picking him off like they have done, he's not going to be any use.
I imagine this Hyperstone is going to go into an Assault Curious. I mean, at this stage in the game, he really needs that extra armor just to keep him alive. But I don't think he's going to build it quite yet, because he's definitely going to want the added security of the buyback gold for now, at least.
Yeah, if they go on base with Lifestealer down, I don't see there being a lot they can do. They've got the stun from Jakiro to keep them back, but it's only going to do so much.
Indeed.
And with Batrider being able to just blink up there and pick some poor sod off as well is...
Well, seeing what looks like a push on the top lane for the Radiant now.
Yep, looking like they're going to take the top tier 2.
Do you think Once can really contest this at this stage? I mean, if they land a good enough ice path and Nature's Prophet teleports in with an infest, yeah, I think they can maybe dish out enough damage with the Queen of Pain ultimate,
but it doesn't look
the problem is they're not in position for it yet. And they've got an invisible Shadow Demon just sat up, who's going to be an early warning system.
Oh dear, Void. Gonna find Rubik, he gets... Oh, there's the BKB.
Yep, picking himself up. Oh, and they've picked up Lifestealer again. They're dragging him away. He's going to get mashed up there. Gets taken down by Batrider. Oh, he's going to start smashing supports as well. Void might go down though. No, he does bring down... Oh dear. Everyone's down. Everyone but the Nature's Prophet. Yep, they weren't ready for that fight. And they couldn't contest them in the end. Lost the tower before they even got there, and then they just lost half their team. Well, they lost almost everybody.
This should be a tier 3 now, ideally.
That's got to hurt.
Yeah, I've been dissing the Faceless Void going in too early, but clearly with the Batrider being able to pick off Lifestealer, at least I'm okay. Although he's leaving himself on a ridiculously low amount of health, which might be a problem. Oh well, Aegis.
No, he's on full health.
And now he's stunned. Oh, the minions coming in. He's dropping on top of Nature's Prophet. He's been pig sticked. Out comes the dust. He's not going anywhere. They're going to bring him down, and they do. Also, Jakiro goes down to Faceless Void as well. It's pretty much all over at this point.
Indeed.
Oh, Windrunner's getting eaten though. She's been disrupted though. She'll be able to Windrun out of it any second now.
And 4 staff.
And 4 staff as well. Quap's trying to kill her as well, but can't. Oh, Lifestealer's down again. Brought down by Visage this time. Quap's trying to blink out. She's not going to be able to. Oh dear. She's in deep trouble right now. She wants to get back into Fountain, but it's not going to happen. Chain the stuns fantastically, the Visage.
Some great micromanagement from that Visage there.
Yeah, great work. There goes the top barracks. And what can they do about it? Jakiro is here to try to stop them. Throws out some stuns. Throws out some fire, but Disruption comes out to protect Windrunner. He's on the run now.
I think with the Lifestealer not buying back here, we can see that Once have basically given up hope on this game.
Oh, great shot by Windrunner, killing off Rubik in his own Fountain. Jakiro got killed as well.
I think now's the time when she just goes and straight up buys an Orchid.
GG comes out.
Yeah. Wow.
The Faceless Void wins the day.
Personally, I think that's off the back of Windrunner. Some fantastic plays from Demi Lovato on the Windrunner there. Just absolutely godlike.
As much as you like to praise the Windrunner, I'm going to give it to Batrider, because Batrider's pickoffs on that Lifestealer so important.
Indeed.
Always hitting the right target.
To keep him disabled.
He was picking off Lifestealer when he needed to, and he was picking off Nature's Prophet, the 2 heroes you want to keep down. I mean, it gave the space to Faceless Void to get himself repeatedly killed on lane.
Indeed.
But yeah, it was a really good combo. Dragging him away from the team, getting the soul capture on him, just throwing damage at him. There's nothing they could have done.
It was simply a fantastic show, simply put. Just...
Yep. And that is why people ban Batrider.
Yeah.
Especially if you're
against
going to pick
the
up
Lifestealer.
Especially if you're going to pick up something like a Lifestealer.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the mid-range games and your low-level games, people who play Batrider are a little bit incompetent. They know the gist of it, but they haven't got the synergy you normally expect from a pros.
Indeed. But that said, that Batrider had some absolutely fantastic plays there. So I think that was an up-and-coming team. I don't think that was just... Well, it wasn't what we saw yesterday, at the very least.
It felt good to watch a match, which wasn't...
I enjoyed that match.
It was a good match. You enjoyed that match because Windrunner was doing well,
yeah.
let's be honest. But yeah, it was a really good match. I enjoyed it.
Mid-windy. Mid-windy, not dying.
She did very well. She's hard to kill. That's why she's a good offlaner. That's why we thought she was going offlane in the beginning, because she's really difficult to kill.
Well, it was interesting to see the Batrider and the Windrunner change places in that respect. I mean, they obviously knew that whoever went up against that tri-lane was going to die a lot. I mean, it was a very potent, aggressive tri-lane, so it was absolutely a fantastic decision to put Batrider in the jungle and leave Windy in mid. I fully agree with that.
Yeah, and basically they just stuck with, I think it would have been better had they not put Nature's Prophet on the offlane at the beginning. Quap on the offlane at the beginning, rather. Had Quap in mid and had just Nature's Prophet
on the offlane.
Well, not even in the offlane, because it wasn't looking like it was going to happen, because he can't harass that well on a tri-lane. It would have been better if he'd just gone straight to jungle right from the start.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he would have been in a better position a little later in the game. But it was really Faceless Void trying to out-farm a Lifestealer and doing a good job of it.
I think one thing that is worth noting in that game is that once the Faceless Void and 3013 had realised that there was no competition on the lane, both the supports said, okay, we're going to roam. And they went up top, they supported up on the top lane, they looked for ganks, they picked off people in mid and up rune spots, and whereas the supports, for once, they sat on the lane, and they sat there doing pull-throughs and supporting, and generally doing what good supports do, but I don't think the Lifestealer needed it when he had solo, he had free farm, basically.
No, and he's so difficult to kill off, especially with the rage coming out. So if he rages up and TPs, there's very little you can do to stop him from getting out. So he's a little safer than Void in that respect. If you want a Void to definitely be safe, you
leave your supports with him.
Yeah, or he has to throw his own ulti out, which is really costly because it's got a long cooldown. And
I mean, he has the blink, but it's not the most perfect blink in the world.
It's an okay blink. But if you've got a Nature's Prophet TPing ahead of him, he's
screwed. But anyway, good match all around.
And hopefully we'll bring you even more good stuff tomorrow.
Not that I crap from yesterday. Sorry about that, guys.
No. Our schedule's going to work this way. You get one for every day of the week.
Really? We don't even get a weekend break?
No, sorry. Every weekday. Although we record them on a weekday, so you get them the day after. So you're going to get one tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And well, this one is going to be, you'll be watching this on Friday because I'll be uploading overnight, and then you'll get one on Saturday as well. Then we're going to have a break, and we'll see you again on Tuesday, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for watching. Cheerio.
See ya.